Alright everybody, I'm gonna give it to you, and I'm gonna give it to you straight. I'm a little sick, so I sound a little nasally, and what I'm also is very embarrassed of my reef tank. Now, if you look at my reef tank, the first thing you're gonna say is, goddamn, that motherfucker needs to clean his tank. But if you look a little deeper, the second thing you're gonna hopefully say is, wow, he has some cool corals in his tank. Let's go ahead and remove that first thought from your mind and get that second thought to come through. Now, step number one is going to be to get rid of the hair algae, right? And then I'm going to be doing a water change. Of course, got to do the water change, try and get the numbers a little more even. And then we're going to be adding another collection, another coral to the collection. It's going to fit right in with everything else we have. And then we're going to have another little extra surprise at the end. We're going to go ahead and get this glass scraped real quick. Go ahead and get that going. And now, if you look around the tank, you're going to see a lot of Sarah snail eggs. A lot of Sarah snail eggs. Like, it's actually so many Sarah snail eggs to the point where it's a little concerning. Now, I'm not sure if I should scrub them off. Maybe I should scrape them off, because it's really just an alarming amount. Doing a little bit of research, I guess they never really hatch. We're going to find out. I've never seen any hatch, and I've actually had a ton in my tank. But other than that, there's not too many interesting things going on. I thought the hair algae was gonna, stop growing and kind of start getting patchy and floating around. No, it really just kept growing. It kept getting flowy, wavy. It kept getting longer. And we're just gonna go ahead and remove it. This is my favorite method of removal. I'm using a toothbrush this time. The spaced apart bristles kind of grab the algae a little bit better. Then I'm just gonna wave it off into some RO water, not tap water. And not tank water, because I didn't really feel like taking tank water out. But let's go ahead and give our rocks the haircut that it has been needing, the haircut that it has been yearning for, that all of you guys have been telling me it needs. And you know what? Being true to myself right now, I really should have done this earlier. I mean, considering how bad the issue was, it wasn't that bad to remove. It really didn't take too long. It wasn't a stressful process or anything like that. But it did kind of stink up my picture, so we'll take that as a loss. As I clean up all this algae, I'm just trying to work as close as I can, and I'm not trying to let anything flow in the water column. So one and done, just one swipe. Don't try and go back over it 2 or 3 times. You're just going to spread all that algae around. Just do one nice good swipe. Move the bristle back and forth, and you should get results that are absolutely kind of gross. I instantly regretted sticking my hand in here. But once we get the siphon going, we're going to go ahead and get this water change on the way. Now, as you can see, the sand bed looks like shit. What happened to my sand bed? Well, I decided to siphon it, like really, really good siphon my sand bed. And it really messed up my sand bed. Now there's diatoms everywhere, and I don't really know what to think about it. I mean, if I keep siphoning it, the diatoms are going to keep coming back. But if I don't siphon it, the diatoms are going to get really bad. I essentially restarted my sand bed by siphoning it. So, to anybody out there who is considering siphoning their sand bed, or they're going to stop siphoning your sand bed, unless you're ready to consider and to face the issues that come with a new sand bed, I wouldn't recommend it. You're just going to restart your cycle, and it's going to be more issues. It's not going to look as good. Unless you really just are set on switching. I mean, I could just go for the siphoning sand bed guy. I might. It honestly works pretty good. Yeah, but of course I made a big old wreck of everything I was adding into the tank, or of all the corals that were in my tank. And I'm just trying to siphon out the top layer of sand. I don't want to get deep in there and remove everything. I just want to get rid of the diatoms that are visible. So that way, hopefully the copepod population can multiply underneath the gravel. It is a little bit bigger gravel. It's not a fine grain, so they do well. And the coral that I got is a great 2-head, I believe it's a hammer. It's a little too small to tell. It's a 2-head blue hammer. It's something I've been looking for a very long time, and I am super excited for it. I mean, I've been waiting for this coral for months, to be honest. And it may not seem like much, and sure, it is super small. But I got 2 heads for $45, and I think that they're going to grow great. I'm loving these 2-head corals that I'm getting. I also decided to get a lawnmower blenny. Getting in the coral dip, I messed up removing it from the frag plug. I was really putting a lot of pressure into it, and when I finally got it off, I smashed all the zooants out of the coral and onto my hand. But overall, the coral made a great recovery. I have done this with another coral on accident too, just trying to remove them from the frag plug. I've never seen a frag plug work that good. I don't understand why anybody would put this small of a coral on that kind of frag plug, but hey, to each their own. Maybe you're supposed to leave them on the frag plug. I don't know. I don't think so. After we get the coral in, it is time to get our friend, the algae blenny, in the tank. Now, I was really skeptical about getting one of these guys. I didn't want to for the longest time because I heard that they were not fin nippers. They were coral nippers. They're going to eat all of my LPS, which a lot of my corals are LPS. I mean, 99% of them. So I was getting worried. I wasn't really too sure, so I never got one. And then my tang got ick. And ever since it had ick, it doesn't eat any of the algae on the rocks anymore. So I need another algae cleanup crew. The turbo snails I keep adding, they all keep dying. And the hermit crabs I keep adding, you love to see hermit crabs, but there's a lot of them now. There are a lot of Sarah snails. So I added an algae blenny, a lawnmower blenny. He's new to the system, so he won't know about any of the ick mishaps that we had. Hopefully he goes around, he starts cleaning up the algae on the rockwork. If he doesn't, that's going to be a little bad because I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with him. Obviously, he's pretty cool. I wouldn't just ditch him or get rid of him. Looking at the tank, it is looking a little better. The coral's finally opening up. I will admit, it does look a little gross. We're working on it. I am waiting for the sand bed to clear up, but for now, the coral is looking great. It's an awesome blue hue color. I think it's unique. It's different. It's one of the few that I don't have, so now I'm just on the hunt for a couple more of the rare ones, a couple more of the expensive ones. And then we will be kind of done with our garden. I'm going to start letting it grow out, fixing all of my parameters and getting everything to look like it's a real show tank. I love making these videos and they're fun for me. So if you enjoyed, consider checking out my channel and subscribing. All feedback is welcome. I try to reply to every single comment and I do this all for fun. So if you have any pointers, any tips, let me know. And I will see you all later. I hope you have a great rest of your day.